247 Connect at daybreak. From dusk to dawn wrap of major happenings in and around the country in brief.
Well, starting off from a shocking revelation in our stories today, the former New Patriotic Party presidential hopeful Kyerematen has announced his decision to break away from the party with immediate effect and run as an independent candidate in the upcoming 2024 elections. The seasoned politician's decision has sent shockwaves through the political landscape, as he has been a steadfast member of the NPP for many years and is widely recognized for his contributions and roles in various government positions. However, at a press briefing held in Accra on Monday, September 25, Mr. Kyerematen outlined his reasons for departing from the party and emphasized his commitment to addressing the present issues facing the country, including economic development, job creation, and social welfare if elected. And now moving straight into other stories, a pressure group by name Save Ghana Now has threatened to hit the streets of Ghana with a demonstration just a few days after Occupy Jilobi House protest. According to reports, the demonstration dubbed Munjai Sikedieno Nayebre will be staged on Tuesday, October 3, 2023, and the agenda for this demonstration is to occupy the Bank of Ghana. However, the minority group had earlier lashed out at the leadership of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, and his deputies over the 60 billion Ghana cedis financial loss incurred by the Bank of Ghana in the 2022 fiscal year, as well as the printing of some monies to finance government expenses. Now, the Ghana Meteorological Agency has warned that the country's capital, Accra, will suffer flooding whenever it rains beyond 50 millimeters. The warning comes after last Friday's downpour, which left parts of Accra in large swamps of running water. Areas such as the Tema Motorway, Kwame Nkrumah Interchange, Kaneshi, North Kaneshi, Alaju, Adabraka, Accra Central, Tema Station, Accra, Osu, and others were all heavily affected after close to an hour of rainfall. According to the head of forecasting at the Ghana Meteorological Agency, Joseph Potofi, in an interview said that the rain was gauged at 78 millimeters, which is why that level of flooding was witnessed across the city. The Accra Regional Police Commander, COP Saibu Gariba, has been summoned by the Police Management Board to answer questions about the brutalization of protesters of the Occupy Jilobi House demonstration by the police. The protesters, who were demonstrating against the government's economic policies and alleged corruption, were met with excessive force from the police on Thursday, September 21, and almost 50 protesters, including journalists, were also arrested. However, the incident sparked outrage from Guineans, who have accused the police of using excessive force against unarmed civilians.
And now, let's do some business news. The Bank of Ghana has maintained the monetary policy rate at 30% after reviewing developments in the economy. This means that the lending rate in the country will remain steady. It is the second time the Apex Bank has held the rates in a year after doing the same in May 2023. After the rate was hiked by 50 basis points in July due to underlying inflationary pressures, the market turned towards policy rate retention on the back of the ease in inflation for the month of August. However, Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, while addressing the 114th Monetary Policy Committee meeting on Monday, September 25, 2023, said the decision by the central bank to stay the policy rate is to quicken the path of disinflation. Ghana gross international reserve, excluding incumbent assets and petroleum funds, stood at $2.08 billion in August 2023, about 1.0 months of import cover, according to the Bank of Ghana's September 2023 summary of economic and financial data. The reserve grew from $1.406 billion in April 2023 to $2.162 billion in May 2023 and $2.235 billion in June 2023, respectively. It, however, stood at $2.239 billion in July 2023 and $2.089 billion in August 2023 correspondingly.
Now, away from home, let's take a look at some international stories. A senator who belongs to the ruling coalition in Kenya has proposed an extension of presidential term limits from the current 5 to 7 years, sparking sharp reactions in the country. Nandi Senator Samson Cherargei says President William Ruto, who has been in office for just about a year, might not have enough time to deliver his campaign manifesto. However, the proposal has sparked outrage among a section of Kenyans, with the opposition accusing the government of plotting to abolish presidential term limits. Last November, President Ruto dismissed a proposal by another UDA legislator to remove presidential term limits in the country. The Beninese government has ordered an assessment of all fuel storage facilities in the wake of the deadly explosion that killed dozens of people over the weekend. At least 34 people were killed on Saturday after an explosion at a fuel depot in southern Benin. A statement from the Decentralization and Government Ministry said the order for an exhaustive assessment of all fuel depots was to prevent a similar incident from occurring in other areas. Saturday's incident happened at a depot in a densely populated market in the southern town of Samipoji, near the border with Nigeria. And now straight into sports. Ghana Football Association President Kurt Okraku has praised the Black Queens for their outstanding start in the 2024 Africa Women's Cup of Nations qualifiers, where they secured an emphatic 7-0 victory against Rwanda in Kigali. However, he emphasizes that the primary objective is not only qualification but also clinching the championship trophy in Morocco. Black Queens failed to make the cut for the previous tournament, but under the direction of coach Nora Hoptel, they have demonstrated great promise and tenacity, as evidenced by the thrashing of Rwanda in their own backyard. President Okraku visited the team ahead of the second leg in Accra, expressing his appreciation for their efforts and acknowledging the pride they bring to Ghana. Tottenham came from behind twice to secure a hard-earned point in the North London derby against Arsenal in a thriller at Emery Stadium. In a relentless encounter, Arsenal took the lead after 26 minutes when Bukayo Saka's shot was deflected into his own goal by Spurs defender Christian Romero. Arsenal manager Michael Arteta had made the big decision by keeping David Raya in of goal ahead of Aaron Ramsdale, and he justified that fate with two fine saves from Brennan Johnson as Spurs went in pursuit of an equalizer. Raya should have done better, however, when Spurs leveled 3 minutes before half-time.
And now moving on to entertainment. French rapper MHD has been given a 12-year jail term for the murder of a young man in Paris in 2018. A court in the capital found the 29-year-old MHD, real name Mohamed Sila, guilty of involvement in the gang-related killing of Loic K, 23. The victim was knocked down by MHD's Mercedes, then beaten and stabbed to death by a crowd of about 12 people. MHD, who is known for blending trap and West African music to get Afro-trap, pleaded not guilty to the charges. He denied being at the scene of the murder, arguing that the case against him was based on rumors. However, a local resident filmed the incident in the summer of 2018 from his window, and the car was quickly identified as belonging to MHD. The National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives, Lagos State Council, has said the nurse who allegedly injected the deceased Mohbad before his demise is not a registered nurse. The association also called for thorough investigations into the death of the Afrobeat star, Ileroluwa Aloba, popularly known as Mohbad. The 27-year-old Afrobeat star Mohbad died on 12 September in an unclear circumstance. Following a sudden death which has led to outrage both online and offline, Nigerians called for investigations to unravel the circumstances surrounding the musician's death.
And that's it for this morning's wrap of 247 Connect here on Channel 247 TV. There's more news on our social media platforms. Have a good morning.